Wherever you are watching in the world, Sean Driver, the Red Hornet, it is game day. It's a Saturday morning. I'm struggling to wake up, and that means football's back with the getting blasted in the ear with an noise, and that's my fault. Brendan, let's give me a reprieve as I try to get some coffee into me. How the hell are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Hmm.
I'm excited for I didn't look up and see you
Smashing some coffee.
taking advantage of the tossing it at me. No, I'm good. Excited to get back on track today. Try to put that my frustration about the last game behind me. According to Dave Foster, you're not allowed to get upset. I'm just kidding. If anyone is watching the Discord, he was trying to tell everyone to relax and everything. Everyone wasn't uh, too happy about being told to relax.
Yeah, I can understand that one. Um, it's not a world-ending consequence drawing 1-1 away to Cardiff. I don't know. I did my Monday morning gaffer. If anybody in the comments, if you've had thoughts about that, throw that out there and let it know. And oh, by the way, I am one away from 3,000.
Yeah.
So whoever wants to bump that, if you're watching this and you've never been here before, subscribe button's there. If you've been here and you've been lurking, give it a bump. Like buttons down there, down below. Let's at least hit that marker today. Um, I, I put that one out there, and I tried to be as level-headed as I possibly could. Just frustrating, and it kind of the thing about this team, and when people end up saying, "Oh, you guys are foreigners and you don't get involved," like the crap affects you for the week. Well, not maybe the week, but at least days after you're going, like it's just a bad taste in my mouth, a bit of a funk, and not a fan. But we get to clear the slate. We're at the Cae Ras. We get to see the updated cop. I was going to say live, but obviously we're not there. But get the comparisons, the drone shots that have been filling up the summertime haven't been able to provide, and take on a quality side that took out Southampton. That is an interesting beast to compete against today. We'll see how that all tracks. Have you seen Watford yet this year?
I didn't get to see it. I did see the scoreboard and was impressed. Um, Obviously, that's worrisome because every once in a while you get um, teams that end up throughout the year, like down at the bottom of the uh, table, and they start off as world beaters, and then everyone figures them out, and then they just drop. And I'd hate to catch a hot team like Watford that maybe if you played them in 2 or 3 weeks, you destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I just know that they're picked to be down near the bottom. I don't know enough about their team to say that that's accurate, but yeah,
Well, they're
in the first game.
when we go through this one, I'm going to have a reference to pop culture icon Beyonce, because this game is all about Beyonce. Oddly enough, at least that's what I was thinking about when I was going through things. And I'll tell you why. We can jump through that. So if anybody has Beyonce references, lyrics, whatever, bring those up because I've got two. I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan.
Because it's about all the single ladies.
It snapped. No, Baby Boy, and everything you own is in the box to the right.
To the left.
To the right. To the right. What's going on here? Something's up with my screen. There we go. And we're all clear. We'll get through those should we just jump into the lineup and get into the teeth of it? See where we end up by the end and fill the gap with whatever. Interesting comments. Have you, I don't know if you ever go through the comments that we have on the channel. Do you, from other people?
What comments about what?
Like about you and about I that follow some of these.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who dislike me, hate me, think I'm an idiot.
No, other than us both being Americans, that's the go-to criticism. But this one I thought was pretty interesting. It was from Tim Cliff Smith, who says, according to the fella off screen, Wrexham never commit any fouls. People just flop all over. The ref buys it every time. To be fair, though, It's rare to hear a couple of Americans who sound like proper football fans, and you two do. I feel like that's a compliment. I feel like we've graduated. It's not just you don't know shit. It's you know it, but you still annoy me. And I will take
or
that.
is it so you don't know shit, but you somehow got lucky anyway? Like, I agree with your comment. You got lucky and somehow guessed the right thing, even though I know you're not a legitimate football fan.
Yeah, well, you know what? My predictions were accurate in the last one. I don't know. We'll see if they are in this one, but watch the morning after Gaffer if I can get that one done. I will say this just before we jump into the players and go through the whole lineup situation is I have family down. My sister and my nephew are here, and they're heading out. They're going to go watch the Mariners play this afternoon, taking a trip across the border into the hinterland that is the United States of America. But that's fine. I'll deal with that as a different matter. So I imagine I'm going to have to say goodbye to them. Also, I'm running solo on the parenting front, so I fully expect that there will be more munchkin requirements than normal. Usually the kids sleep until about the late part of the second half. I kept them up until like 10 o'clock at night. They were wiped. And I'm hoping that means that they'll sleep through this whole thing. So that's where we're at with it. We jump into the lineup. Wrexham first, I imagine, because that's the more important of the two.
Yep.
Pato between the sticks. The back line remains unchanged. Doyle, Hyam, Viner. I'm still looking at some of the center back discussions, and still not a lot that really gets me a little woohoo. But we'll see what happens. Thomason on the left, Imre on the right. You're holding midfield, and I don't even know if you want to call them a holding midfield. Are we running? And this is a debate, and have it in the discussion. Are we running a 5-3-2, or have we converted to like a 3-4-2-1 or a 5-4-2-1, or sorry, a 3-4-2-1? Like it's when we've got more without a real striker up there, and Broadhead and Rathbone, who are both running in behind to try and find space. I feel like what we were in League One and League Two in the National League is different and developing differently than it was previously. Do you have a penny for that thought, or do you want to think about it while we go through the rest?
I definitely do. We haven't. I don't think I've stated this opinion before, but it surprisingly how it meshes so well with what you were saying. I think it's less about formations and more about specific players. So when Matty James is out there, he sinks really deep in that defensive mid, but he's the only guy that sinks that deep. Like even Sheep, when he was playing, and others, they don't drop that far back. And then everyone who's out there now, I would presume Whitehead, they won't be playing that deep. It'll be, and Rathbone doesn't play that far up, so Rathbone will be somewhere in the midfield. And Broadhead loves going deep into the midfield, getting the ball, and then bringing it forward. So he's not going to be anywhere near Moore either. Unfortunately, that leaves Moore so far out ahead that when they play the ball out to him, he has to stop it and then wait for them to come running forward. It's not like he can immediately catch it and dump it right or left to someone streaking by. They're too far back for him to hand it off to anyone. He's out way off on an island by himself. I think that hurts the flow of this. I think that there are other players that play closer to Moore when he's out there and play better off of him. I don't know that these guys are it. They like staying too deep in the middle of the pitch. But yeah, I think everyone plays totally different. And your Broadhead, you can find him anywhere, going back to get the ball and bringing it forward. He's the only striker that does that goes that deep. So it's modified, but our holding mids, O'Brien, and we're going to see Whiteman get the start today. So you're maybe giving up a little bit defensively. If you want to end up looking at the stats, you're gaining though on the connection through the midfield. These two lineups are the exact opposite of what we saw against Cardiff City,
where we were defense first and playing a team that was going to be through the midfield. This is a more offensive midfield connecting team, of one that's going to come forward by injury or otherwise. And Watford is going to try to run us into the ground. And we'll go through that in a moment. But just the rest of the lineup: Thomason on the left wing, Imre on the right wing, O'Brien and Whiteman, your hold-up midfielders. So it'll be interesting. O'Brien maybe stepping back a little bit. I prefer him in this role. He doesn't have the weapon up front as far as the foot, and he's good on the ball, and he's comfortable on the run. And so I prefer him here if he can handle his defensive responsibilities. That's a question mark. But we are set to go forward today. Shot out of cannon, which is different than last week. Broadhead, Rathbone up front, and Moore, the hold-up guy. I don't know. The Moore Smith debate. This one, unlike the last one, which I thought was a game that was made for Smith, this one seems to me to be a game that is made for Moore. Hold-up guy. They've got it on FOTMob as a 4-2-3-1 that Watford's running, but I think they run really a 4-4, but they have 8 back. Now it might change a little bit today just because of their youth, but we'll have a look at it. Look, they're missing one of their key players. So when I said before, everything you own is in the box to the right, I will tell you that this entire game for Wrexham should have one direction and one direction only. Wow, I made 2 Singer references, and that was unintended. Imre, not just because he was man of the match, but he's got somebody to potentially prey on. Mark Bola is out with a hamstring injury that he picked up in the Southampton game. He's usually on that left-hand side for Watford. Instead, you've got Zamora over there. Zamora, 26 years of age, is not Mark Bola. And I've probably jinxed it, and he's going to have man-of-the-match qualities for Zamora over the other side. But that's what we're doing, is we're running that whole show over on that side. And with the 4-4-1, I don't think you're looking wide for crosses. It's to break it down, you're trying to wide around the midfielders in between the fullbacks. That's made for Imre Jr. So get after it. So everything in the box to the right. The other one, and this is to Watford's, to where how they're going to do harm and do damage here, is what's that song? Dangerously in Love with Sean Paul. Baby boy, if you're on my mind. That song. They've got 4 young guys up front. I'm going to pronounce this right. Jermgard is the eldest at 23. They've got Nabazada, Bravo, and Mama. All of them are 19, 20, and 21 years of age. Just kids, quick. And that's where they're going to be. Mama's 20, Bravo's 21, Nabazada's 19. And you've got Jermgard, the veteran, at 23. They're all reportedly quick. Bravo's reportedly going to be all over the pitch and is the type of guy that you need to keep your eye on if you're Dom Hyam, because he just fills space and ends up getting late ball. And so expect them to be trying to run things down. 4 quick forwards against our back 3 with support from the wing backs is a little bit nervy, because if we end up with giveaways, they're going to come downhill on us in a hurry. And that's not something that I like. So that's my analysis. I haven't looked at the chat. Scott's here. John Lane's here. Deandra, as always. Giselle, morning, everybody. Nice to see everybody. It's the regulars are all here. Got to start pulling in some extra people, but that's probably on me getting a little bit more out there with things. And hopefully that Monday morning or that morning after Gaffer starts to draw people in as the new season starts. Subscribe, like along. Brendan, what's your thoughts? Any thoughts on the lineup? Is there a body that you would change? Is there a body that's a sort of a surprise? I didn't go through who was on the bench. Is Matty James on the bench?
He is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I look at the bench and I'm like, that is our strongest team, and then I look at the bench and I don't know why everything just feels a lot
shallower.
I don't feel like, oh yeah, we're going to go get a bunch of goals. This looks like a great, powerful team or anything. I'm not understanding why I don't feel the same way about this team that I used to Yeah, I'm not saying it's justified in any way. It's just looking at it. I'm not going, oh yeah, we're going to go out there and score a ton of goals.
Yeah.
I just feel like something's missing. I don't know what it is, but
Brad asked a question here.
Out there, one of my favorite players on the team. So.
I'll come back to that one. Brad Henry asked in the question: do the home games sell out? Yes. I mean, we've only got a 3-sided stadium right now. Tickets are at a premium, and so it is a challenge to grab them. And it'll be interesting to see once we've got the 5 to 7, 9,000 that are in the COP. As it grows in size, as it goes on, I don't think it's been announced whether the extension capacity of it, when they're actually going to be employing that, or if it's all going to be on this one or not. Arthur's out online. No, it's not. It's Pato between the sticks, right? I mean, if yes, we see Danny Ward during the cup, I'd be surprised. And an interesting question for you, Brendan, just because I read this, a lot of people saying Ogonkwo would have stopped that one or would have placed his wall better. Steve into the chat, putting some blame on Pato.
There, I had to get going. I agree with both of those statements that if Arthur had been standing in the same position, he would have deflected that away. And there wasn't enough grief given to Patterson on a shitty setup for a wall.
Yeah, I'll give that one.
A wall and then play in the, like, you can't set up the wall to take away one side, leave another side open, and then not be able to cover the side that you're leaving open. Like, it wasn't the shot wasn't in the side netting. It was a meter plus in. Like, there's no reason he shouldn't have been able to get there, and he didn't. Shift the wall, have it take away one side or the other, and then, be ready for it. And he wasn't. But again, he never should have been in that position. So you can't be perfect every time. That was bad, though. Like,
do we have to do? Is that just the reality of our situation with Pato? Is we get better control, because he certainly, he made plays that Ogonkwo wouldn't make.
Yes.
Clearing the box and some of those garbage goals that go in with he had easy control.
A whole bunch of things you won't even see with Patterson, the threats of set plays are not going to be there as much, from the corners. He'll punch it out. Did you see how far he punched the ball out? Like, that never happened with Ogonkwo, right? 1 out of 50 times did he ever punch it outside the box. I bet you he runs the defense far better. There's less gaffes and guys running free and players out of position. So I'm guessing all of that will be in play. Not to mention the fact that anytime it was given back to the keeper, it was a giveaway to the other team. Ogonkwo couldn't pass it quickly. It was immediately going to the other team. Now you can pass it around the back and maybe get something started. His much more accurate downfield. So, I think there's so much that we're not going to see that we'll actually benefit from. The shot stopping is the obvious thing, and unfortunately, Ogonkwo's much better at that. And now we don't have him for that. So.
Yeah, and I get that. John says, did it deflect slightly as it went by? Just by Pato. It didn't hit Dobson. The two blames is one. Some also say Dobble made the mistake because he left so much separation in the wall, because it went right through the gap between Dobble and the rest of the wall. Pato did get a hand on it, but not enough, and it just deflected. He deflected off his hand into the top corner. Marty, I don't remember seeing you, Marty, in the last one, but thank you for being back, and a pleasure as always.
Steve doing his thing early. Steve's getting his drink on, getting us that goal.
Yeah, maybe that's got to. Does it have to be something else? Maybe I just talked Beyonce for the entire season. Whatever we end up finding, we will find it. And we will run with it. We've gone from the bog to the Toque and the Toque didn't work. The Toque worked for 2 seasons and then it just died. So still looking for magic as we go through. Bravo was their highest fought mob rated player last time, 7.9. Mark Bola was up there, and he's out. And so, look, this one is not going to be a heavy possession game. This one is going to be two teams that are very comfortable counterattacking each other. And it's fun to watch those games because, and also a nightmare, because you usually find one of the two teams ends up dominating more than the other. It looks and smells like it could be close to 50-50. And then somebody says, you know what, we'll be the team that takes the ball. They'll be the team that sits in their role. And to me, it's the midfield that controls that enterprise. Whiteman's going to be massive for moving it forward. O'Brien, as long as he can handle the responsibilities defensively is going to help in that facility. But we're lined up for that midfield control. We've got the guys out there that you want with the ball at their feet and the ability to move it around and get some giddy up into this thing. This is two Ferraris. Like we've put the engine in this thing. We've added the nitro and we're ready to gas, and we'll see if anything blows up in the interim. Score predictions, Scott says. You know what? It's gonna be a weird one because I can see it going 3-1 either way. Watch it be a 0-0 sleeper, but I'm gonna go us 3-1. Brad's thinking the same thing. Brendan, what do you got?
2-0.
Oof. All right, Pato with the clean sheet, which would be nice. 39% of the time. Is that what it was last year? No, that wasn't him. That was the Cardiff goalie. That's why it was sitting in my head. I was trying to think of numbers. 5.5 minutes to kick off. So if you've got to run and refill your coffee, go ahead and do that now. The game obviously not being on TV for a 3 p.m. kickoff. Let's get rid of the goddamn blackout. But not on DAZN or up in Canada or anywhere else for the afternoon. So you're going to have to get that from the club itself, the Worldwide Reds. Your moment, your club, your wall. Upload your best fan pick now. I should take a picture. See if they put it up there. What do we talk about? We got 5 minutes to kill off here. Anything else that you're watching around the league to start off with, or is this just sole focus on us get some points? And
I do like all the chatter during the two windows about who we might get, and then I hear names, and then they go look them up on FOTMob, and then they go look for highlights, and that can be fun. I don't like the majority of the names I keep seeing. I don't actually know, but when I look at the players, their stats don't impress. They haven't really had great stints in most places. There was one guy that scored 6 goals in the Premier League last year that I think from Leeds that would look like they might be good. Other than that, everyone else is, guys that were just had an okay year in League One or, someplace else, and they have 1 goal or 2 goals or something. And I'm trying to figure out why it is that people want these players and think that they're coming here and that they would make a difference. Again, I think you've got a decent amount of depth. You shouldn't be getting depth players unless the news on Sheaf and Windass is really bad. You should be thinking, I want to go get a legitimate starter that wouldn't kill me if we advanced into the Premier League. That wouldn't be an automatic, we're buying him for this year and then he's no good next year. So
it's interesting. One of those players, and I obviously focus on the Canadian stuff, and I've been talking about Tani Oluwase. He's not leaving now. He's doing well and he's adjusted. And but I thought there might be an opportunity to get him for cheap. But oddly enough, a Canadian that I never looked at, it was all of a sudden rumored, and I went, really? But
yeah,
Bim Peppel.
I've seen 2 Canadians recently, in the last week, pegged for saying they're Wrexham's interested in both of them.
Who's the other one? Bim Peppel I can talk about. Maybe if I haven't heard the other one, but Bim immediately becomes our 3rd best striker. And I like him and I like his story. So Beppel started the late as far as the journey. He's 26, and 26 or 23. 23.
Is that good enough? Sorry to interrupt. Is that good enough? Do we want to get the 3rd best player?
No. No, that's what I mean. Is he's a guy that is like he's I think he's better than Bailey Catamatri. I don't think he is. He is better than Bailey Catamatri. And he's built somewhat. He's got better pace and power. I think he's better at getting into open space. I don't know if his shot, his boot is all entirely there. But Bim started his journey in football late, and then sort of just ratcheted up. He went through the CPL and when he's been moving ever since. 16 goals for Plymouth in League One, which is pretty good. The production's there. He's a physical player. You've got upside resale value. I can see that. I see him as a strategic long-term goal thing if you're not really convinced in Bailey Catamatri. But not that excited. Who was the other Canadian that they were talking about? Do I go through the chat?
I'd have to go back and look. It looked like at 15 different players this week. So
yeah, none of them have. To be fair, none of the center backs like commanding
Preston, like one or two guys from Preston North End, guys from multiple League One teams. Who else?
We need a backup in the for the back line with Brunt leaving. You've got to go out and get somebody, and you can get somebody young
players. Yeah.
You can get a project in the back. I'd like to get an upgrade up front and get me somebody in the midfield that's a real legitimate upgrade. Not Whiteman to me is not an upgrade. He's a man with a different set of tools. The thing about our midfield is you can find your personality there, and they're all capable at their role. But none of them are really like the rock star midfielder that you point to them and figure it out. But we'll keep track on that. John says, I learned about myself watching.
Now, John,
you're talking about
seem to be on the same page. If you're going to go get someone, get a legit superstar that makes a difference.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at. Everybody's making their way out onto the pitch. We're getting close to this one starting. I got to turn some volume up here and get me some Mark Griffiths in my ear. Is this? Zamora in. Interesting Mark identifying Germgard not liked by the Wrexham, or the Watford fans. And so that's interesting. West Coast Dave. We need all the Daves. Everybody should just change their name for the day for Dave. I can be Dave the Canuck today. Balls underplay. We're going. That's what I meant to say. Wrexham from right to left on your computer monitor. Watford from left to right. And as a long ball, Kiefer Moore tries to get it into the box and it's headed out the other way. I don't like it when they go right to left at the start. But Imre and this is what we are going to expect is quick in transition. Watford down the left-hand side, and well done by Viner to step up, flick the ball away. Rathbone on the run. Who was that? Cipriano covering. Where was Cipriano last year? He wasn't with Watford. Hector Cipriano. Was he? It's a familiar name for me. Peterborough. Oh, he had to have half the season, so he came over in January window, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. May 2025. Cipriano agreed to sign for Watford. Why did I have him pinned at being at Peterborough? Okay. Doesn't matter. Free.
If you can watch the last 10 minutes of Birmingham, Bristol City, it's worth a watch.
Oh, I will see if I can do that. Do I look at the score in advance? Do I try to keep the spoiler away while I'm looking at the standings?
It's up to you. I mean, it's still a good watch.
Or not enough pace. Traore just easily tackled in behind at midfield. Cipriano. See, this is why I know his name is because maybe I'm just having flashbacks. I remember just saying the name over and over and over again because it was a game where he just sucked up so much ball. That sounded wrong. It's unintended this time, DeAndre. Doesn't count against me. I still get my one. we just give the ball away on that one on a throw-in? John Busby. I didn't look up the official for this one. I'm always nervous to do that because when I do, it ends up being completely ass backwards. Four one 4-1. See, that was what I was wondering if that's what you would want to call it rather than what FOTMob has it set it up as right now is the 4-2-3-1. And Bravo coming back. So long ball over the top. Looking for Kiefer Moore, easily controlled there. So far, nothing really for Morris. Kevin, though, heads it out, and we've got a throw in over on the one side. It's Imre's going to be a treat all season, right? Rathbone collects. Nice little touch by Imre into the area. Moore with it, looking for options. Draws it back. Broadhead didn't like his options. Had Nabazada out on him and had to get rid of it quickly. Thomason. Nice, good ball into Doyle. Is all the way. It's a flat kick. No, dangerous ball, but blocked by Pollock. And remember what I said earlier as to you get one team that falls into its counterattack role and one team that looks to get its possession. Tell me this isn't what we've got so far. Is it's a 3-on-2 the other way with Watford. Nambazada, left-hand side, outside the area, curling around. A back pass rescues us. Blocked, and Pato gets over there and grabs that one. Fortunately, did that get slowed down a little bit by the defenders? It snuck on by. But is this going to be us with the ball trying to break them down and sniffing around the 18-yard box and then just waiting to see these young kids running on and getting on their horses going the other way? It feels like it's 4 minutes in. Imre tries to collect it down. Moore can't get to it, bouncing around. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Turnover, right-hand side, 6-yard box, lots of space, lots of time. Lewis O'Brien asking for it. Imre gets it inside the area, misses his man, kicks it. Was that a handball? Nope, knocked out. Thumped him off the leg. And now he's got the Dobson patch. What's going on with the jerseys with the oil stains, the oil slicks? Why would Imre have it? Dobson give him a little bit of a head bump before the match to give him some good luck. We saw the same thing, and it made sense with Dobson with the hair gel getting O'Brien with... Was that a handball? No shout. Left foot, going to take it short. Don't. Cross, chip the other way, and easily collected. Ravaglia. No goal in the first 3. It's over, right, John? Go home. What do we do? We're not that team. Watford with it, right-hand side. Traore through the middle. Brings it back. Nabazada now on the right-hand side. Thomason out on him, but the pace of Nabazada going to get to Doyle. Crosses there. Dangerous and flashes all the way through. Collected on the opposite side into the area. Bounces around, and that not the cleanest defense. The pace there. Kiefer Moore, clotheslined. Pulled down. Yeah, Vapor Rob something. Those young guys are going to look sloppy and then all of a sudden dangerous, and it's going to just be a chaos back there with them the whole time, I get the sense. Kiefer Moore, broadhead, not a good pass, but it gets deflected all the way over to Thomason, 10 yards out, cross, too many yellow kit. Got to get it in the air. Got to see how many yellow jerseys are in front of you. There was no way that was making it through that many yellow players to get over to the far side. Watford had it covered easily. It's got to be Vapor Rub. Yeah, interesting with the stain. So Was that taking it from the left-hand side? Was that LOB again? In swinger anyway. I can hear, I can't see who's delivering it. Whoa. That came out like a rocket. I thought it was going to go all the way past everybody, but it died at the far post, and then Thomason has it, and then he tries. That would have been something else. To see that from Thomason from 27 yards out, smashing it with his right foot, looking to pick something. Right-footed, nowhere close. Watford with the ball. Bove out to Traore on the right-hand side.
I haven't played enough football to know, but that kick by Thomason, like, I don't know that if I was trying to score a goal and I had that much space, that I would hit it that bad, like that far out. I don't get. Are they trying to do something super tricky with the ball, and therefore?
Well, I think you have to from that, and I think he is trying to get it on the right spot to end up curling in a little bit to beat something
or something.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I've played enough to have one shot. Like, I only kick the ball by kicking the ball where it hits on my foot. I'm not looking to. I've never hit anything and watched it curl or spin or anything. But let's be honest. Playing hockey, ice hockey, I had the Lewis O'Brien shot. It was a muffin cannon. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe it's just a curse. Nice interception there by Doyle, going the other way. Kiefer Moore on the run. Wow, the pace. Kevin. And then Moore beat him anyway. Well done by Moore to win a throw in 3 yards out, as Kevin threw on the afterburners and made Moore look like a tractor in comparison.
Well, that play right there was exactly what I'm talking about. You can't, like, that play's worthless with Moore out there.
Yes, it is. Except he won himself he didn't give up on it, and he won himself a throw.
Sure. Yeah.
But I hear you. He's not getting that ball even against center backs who you would hope you put money on strikers over center backs in a dead heat.
You saw it. That guy jogged past him. Like, unimpressed. Like, if that's all you got, defense is going to be easy today.
John just says Moore has no pace. Dude, nothing. I mean, he got walked. It is what it is. Not part of his repertoire, and that's okay. As long as he does what he needs to be doing. Well, will Wrexham be automatically promoted or get into the playoffs this year? Sharky, it's playoffs for me, and I've said that from outset. I don't think anybody's taken out the Hammers or the Wolves for the autos. Middlesbrough's got a lock on third for me. Those three teams are going to be the class of the championship for me. And then you can take your Burnleys and your Darbys and your Millwalls and your Wrexhams and throw them in that battle for fourth.
You're seeing all that based on the current team. What if they went out and got two just dynamic players? You know? I
still don't think with two upgrades that you're getting to Middlesbrough, Hammers, and Wolves quality. I just don't. I think that there's a clear divide at the top of the table, and Wrexham's not in that top three conversation.
I think we're two dynamic players away.
Okay. Well, I hope they go out and get them, and then we can sit there at the end and you can
will, but I don't think they're that far off.
Doyle with it. Right-hand side. Well done. Opening up the space. Everything in the box to the right, Rathbone. He says, no, I'm going to run with it. There it is. Imre, right-hand side. Zamora dancing out. There's the crossbar post. Loose ball. Thomason. Chip. Over top of the goal. Nice little play. I had the right idea. Execution. Just not there. Got to get that on the goal. Ravaglia out to lunch, way out of position, open net, got him on strings going right or left, the deflection to put him just way out of play, and Thomason chips, and Rathbone couldn't get the volley. Delivery from Thomason maybe a little bit too high. All good, Sharky. Brad thinks we're going to make the finals. Luckily, we only need second place, says Brad. Yeah, I mean, I have been wrong before. Last year, I had us. in mid-table, sort of hopefully at the top. I was right where we ended up. This time I think we're a playoff team. And we'll roll the dice. I'm not saying we're not going to get promoted there. That opportunity is certainly there, but we're going to have to do it the hard way, and we're going to have to do it making sure that Deandra is okay, because I anticipate there's going to be a whole lot of playoff stress and magic, and she's going to have to survive it. Cop completion is not until 2027. There's discussion about the hope of being able to use some of it, but it won't be the full completed version until next season.
Yeah.
I've still got that accurate, right? I haven't seen an update. That was from a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, no, Charles, after I saw that.
There's rumors that they'd let maybe someone in the lower stands early towards the end of the season for a couple of games, but I would bet they don't.
I just want to see. I remember seeing the drawing about the automatic serving beer stations. Did I see that right? That's a good ball. That's in the back of the net. Fuck me. Traore with the gorgeous pass and germ guard right there, headed it in. 1-0 bad guys. I mean, that was simple as Hyam blows the coverage. There was so much open space, ridiculous amount of open space. I mean, that was easy.
That was
Business.
Warm-ups. Like, no, everyone's just kind of jogging around.
Jogging around, doing a thing, and there's an opportunity. I'll cross it in and into the back of the net. Is it defendable? Yeah, Hyam didn't get the ball. He thought he'd have more time. So is that on Broadhead not getting out there? I didn't see where Thomason was either, but fuck.
I don't know why he wouldn't be. He's not really hustling to get back. Thomason had to have the deep guy that was wide. So,
and they're back at it. Watford on the press, 25 yards out. I don't know. You got to give the quality of that ball in was rather exceptional. But to your point, because given the time, is now Nabazada into the area, and we look like we've got a back one. Like we just look naked. In contrast to Cardiff, where I don't think we were ever under threat. There's now been 3 in the first 15 minutes here. The young kids, which I thought maybe their quality wouldn't end up being there, and they'd struggle to find each other. The opposite is true. They're picking us apart. Well, the question is, it will be asked, and I guess being down 1-0, you look at the last 2 preseason games, the game against Cardiff City, and what's been missing. It hasn't been opportunity. It hasn't been whether there's been a lack of enterprising play. It's been a lack of finishing the deal, signing on the dotted line. Broadhead take a shot to the ear. And so, they're going to be called upon here to do it. As Brody smashed his head into the back of a player. Got a bit of a forearm. Woody, like I said, 14th place for Wrexham and the Parkey, bring on Marino.
Yeah, I don't understand this. He runs into the back of a guy and falls.
Long throw. Headed back. Doyle with it, trying to get it to Moore. He heads it back. It's a battle who can get control of it. Thomason gets it to his feet, looking for options, slides it and just smashes it down the wing. Nobody's there. Easily collected by Kevin. The sprinter, as he goes on a switch to the far side, Viner knocks it down, draws it back, and Pato with it. Are they intentionally keeping it away from their weak side too? Nabazada coming down the right side with the ball every opportunity. It's like two teams with different. We're running a cyclone in this game. Moore, can he get the pace? Here comes the speedy. Is he onside, offside? Window flag up. Could kind of guess as Kevin lays up first, and then Moore soon to follow. I thought it could have been a loose limb, but it looked like he smashed it off of his back. I don't think we're a 14th place team. But I'll tell you what, if you don't get if you don't get points here early off of these early games, that October is going to look ugly, and we could be sitting here wondering about relegation come end of October, which would be scary. Broadhead with it, cutting across. Doesn't see anything, gets it over to Viner. Viner to Imre, taking on Zamora. There's the matchup that we were looking for. Get off. And then he gives it to him. Zamora didn't really have to play that one well, as the ball just heavily touched by Imre and given right back to him. The clearance. That was a flop. Gets the contact and immediately goes down. Spun over to Doyle, left-hand side. Thomason now. Troy out to guard him. Doyle searching, looking for options. And we're going to have our opportunities as well. Intercepted there by, was that Nabazada again? No, it wasn't. It just seems to be everywhere. Intercepted, another opportunity. Thomason doesn't take the option, and now it's Nabazada, and it's into a race. Wow, that was not just a great tackle by Whiteman, but he maintained the pace of it. He killed the ball on a full tackle on the ground and was able to get up. And I thought for sure, even if he tackled that, it was just going to go out for a throw-in. But somehow controlled the ball and had it die, and it's an extra possession for us, thanks to Whiteman. Broadhead and Whitehead. I'm going to get that mixed up. It's going to be Whitehead more than I can imagine. But here's Broadhead into the area, beats his man, gets pulled down. That was a flop. That was a flop, Brody. And I don't know why you did that. You drew it through. You beat the man. We got a yellow for simulation. I mean, we've been calling for yellow for simulation. I mean, this is one of the more egregious dives I've seen. That was horrible. That was horrible. Like, disgusting, shameful stuff. I don't like that at all. Fucking chump. That stuff irks me, and to have it happen in Wrexham kid, I don't like at all.
That was not the worst flop I've ever seen.
Not the worst flop ever, but like there was nobody close. Like, and the thing I hate about it is he had an opportunity, having beat the man, to go and get the ball and try and do something, and he opted, put it in his mind that he's going to go down and try and draw it. And he unfortunately for himself didn't make the contact necessary. Like that, it's disgusting. And he deserves to be called out for it, so I'll call him out for it. You don't do that garbage. You want to know what's beautiful? Watch the Bim Peppel highlights if you want to talk about it. There's a game where he's being like ripped at through the jersey to the point that he rips his jersey in half. The defender does, and Peppel doesn't stop. As we come on a run, I'll come back to that one. O'Brien over to Moore, heavy touch out to the wing, kind of blows the opportunity, and then it's just thrown in. Oh, Imre scores! Misplayed by the defender, as that was not good by either side until Imre puts it into the back of the net, and we're even at 1-1. The pass throws Moore way off, and he's got to go wide, eliminates his angle, can't get there, throws an ugly pass through the middle of the box, but I guess it just has to get there. And the defender, was that Pollock who botched that one? Whoever botched that one left it right for Imre, and then as soon as he turned, you're like, you got a defender down. You're 10 yards out. The ball's right there, and Imre says, I can put that in. But that pass just, oh. I still don't know who that was. Oh, 17. That was Bravo coming all the way back. Could he have got to that ball, or was it the deflection just threw him off? But time, space, and just drills it. Buried. Love that. 1-1. You could. I love that shot facing the net where you can see all the fans and you can see them already rising. Everybody knew. And Watford coming forward. Was that headed out for us in the corner for Watford? It is. So go back, watch the Bim Peppel highlights. He's literally grabbed his jersey, is tattered to shreds, and he runs with a defender basically holding him back by the reins on the torn jersey and blasts his way forward and scores the goal. Like, that wasn't a muffin cannon. There's a left-footed outswinger from the right-hand side headed and straight out. Germgard got up there, but awkward angle, and it goes out. Well, we said 3-1. Now we just find out who takes the balance of power, or I did. Lots of goals in this one. 1-1, kind of, I guess, what we expected this, maybe, right? Brad changes his prediction. They're going to 5th. The early season, what do we got? Nerves, right? Are we in this thing? Are we out of this thing? Who are we? Where we sit? A giveaway there. Namazada, not a good play there by Doyle, and now it's all over to the left-hand side. Fortunately, a bad pass chased on by Mama. Brought back, cross into the area, headed away, Whiteman there. Rathbone in like a wrecking ball. Doesn't maintain the ball. It's back to Kevin, and Watford will move forward. Bad pass there, just easily given away. Thomason, and then he just delivers a bad pass as the quality a little bit off, and now it's a 4-on-4 going the other way. Mama, 25 yards out, still running towards the box. Great little stab tackle there by Whiteman. I was nervous. I was nervous. Gets the leg out there in a dangerous territory. When I hear movement, I hope I didn't wake anybody up. Charlton up on West Ham. Proving I still don't know squat about this sport. What the hell is Charlton doing up against West Ham? The challenge is if Thomason isn't our left wing back, does he fit into our midfield anywhere? And where would we play him? Like, he's played so well on the left wing, despite it not being his natural position, that with his qualities now that we've seen them, what role is he? John, a right wing back that's not afraid to shoot and has the shot, to be completely fair, and scores. Forgot that was a thing last season. Throw in, Namazada, cross, headed away, but still dangerous territory inside the box, and two Watford players miss the ball and both run over top of it. Moore collects it, and now the breakout. O'Brien back to Doyle. Well done, well collected, well settled, and then just given away. Far out. Watford, lots of giveaways on both teams. Was Watford just deliver that right back to Pato? So that's about the last 5 minutes. I think we've seen. There's another one. Viner with a bad giveaway. This is how many passes are we going to miss before we connect? Oh, Imre with the jersey tug. That was that. The question was asked, but I guess not going to give the foul this early. But that was an obvious shirt tug with a man chasing it down. And it's one of those ones, would he have got to the ball? And if you're changing the balance of the game based on that tug of the shirt when it was probably not necessary. O'Brien across the midfield stripe, slides it over. Whiteman up, over, Rathbone, dangerous. They're going to give a free kick. It's fortunate he didn't get the boots into him. That would have been ugly. Like buttons down below. Subscription is down below. Take the options. Traore with it. Over the top. Chaim collects and just boots it out. We'll take a throw. Guess what? We're at 3,000. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks everybody for that. Kind of a cool little milestone. Opportunity here for Watford, banging around, dancing around. I was rather impressive by Bravo. Bravo has it again outside the box. Cross, not a good one, easily blocked down. It's Watford applying the pressure and just moving forward. So many players within the 25-yard box. Broadhead gets a stab on it there, knocks it down, chips it by, and then tackles his man. Fuck. Lazy. Get the guy off the pitch. Like, enough. Like, what the hell was that? He made a good play coming back defensively and then gets into a battle, doesn't like it, so he just reaches around, grabs his man by the hips and pulls him to the ground. Like, that was a full-on tackle. That wasn't just a jersey pull.
It's a stupid Dobson play. Now you have to defend a great position.
I'm turning into the anti-Broadhead guy. Going to be right-footed Mama coming over from the opposite side. Lots of yellow set on the far post. Thanks, Deandra. And congratulations to you as well. Far post should be able to manage that one, and we do, but it just cleared to the edge of the 18-yard box. Put back in. Chaim with the clearance. Broadhead not over to grab that one. It's flipped up in the air. Namazada from the opposite side headed down, but not enough thump on it. And Pato looks to try and get us restarted quickly and then holds up. Calamatri. Might as well. And then you just rotate it a little bit, right? Just go back to our regular 5-3-2.
What do you feel about a coach pantsing a guy like Broadhead for that? It's just stupid.
Oh, you have to. It's a lack of character play, and I don't like it. And the reason why Wrexham has been so and is so fun to watch is because of the character and the quality of the players. And the fact that it's that blue collar work ethic, get into the muck, hustle your ass off, never let the ball die, chase it down to the corner. And you can think of whether that's Mullen or whether that's even whoever it is. Smith is an example of that. Like he'll chase things down to try and just keep it in bounds just for the opportunity that you might have something that develops from something. And then to have somebody run, make a great play, get by the man, and then to elect to flop is the antithesis of what I'm okay with.
Yeah, you're talking Broadhead into making just like a ridiculous, 35-foot blast that bends in.
Broadhead with it. That one was a stumble. Oh, okay, we got a free kick out of that one. I mean, I'll take that one. I think that's a missed call by the ref. I think he stumbled, didn't he? I don't think he was intentionally.
He was falling. I mean, the guy might have tapped him on his way down.
No, he was flopping. He got too wide on the turn, right? Oh, he got a little bit of a touch in the back there from Trost.
Yeah, he got helped down, but he was going down.
Oh, I missed who the shout out was for the Claps who passed away this week. Whiteman taking a shot. Had to get over there. I don't know if that would have curled in, but it was close. Asked the question anyway. Ravaglia with a nice little diving save, and I missed that one. Oh, that would have gone in too. Okay, Whiteman's got a curler. Maybe not enough pace on it, but he's got a curler. Long throw into the area, punched out again. Foul. Away from the ball. I missed who ended up getting him, but that's that Bove picking him up off the deck. Bravo, Bove. Oh yeah, that was a Heim smash to the forehead. Got him. W&G. All good, my friend. Nice to see you again. One of the favorites, W&G. Oh man, that was a flop. How about a yellow for the simulation on that one? Because that deserved it. He is supposed to be a set piece specially, and that's why I was excited to see him, because rumors are it'll improve the quality. 33 minutes and 40 seconds coming up right now. 1-1 draw. Watford with the ball. Ravaglia. It's fun and frustrating, and a whole lot of Fs in this one so far. Mistake there. Knocked out by Thomason. I don't know if he was trying to get it to Doyle or just bounced off. It's all good. Life is certainly... Man, they're really calling the nudges in the back. Thomason gained the position. I think he forced the contact, but you'll take it. John Lane, yeah, Brody goal in the next 12 minutes. I'll take it. Free kick for us. Kiefer Moore down. I missed that contact because I was trying to look something up there, but Pollock is down. Moore's grabbing the back of his head. High ball. That was incidental, I think. Pollock going up for the ball, Moore trying to shield him out, and they end up having a collision. Get this thing done. Let's grab one here and flip this first half on its head. To be fair, I mean, I haven't looked at the stats, but it feels like we've been more at it, but they've looked more dangerous. This is like the inverse, I guess, of maybe the Cardiff game a little bit, to a certain extent. O'Brien going to take this one. Left foot. He's going to punch it for a streaking... Rathbone draws it back, cut back pass, couldn't get there, and they're going to flip it the other way. Nabazada on the counter, flips the ball forward and loses it and just gives it to Thomason, back to Pato, and we'll recycle. 1-1-1 record with this official. Moore with it. 18-yard box, 9 yards, just into the area, drawn back, left-footed, off the post. Imre hooked it with the left footer, and how dangerous is that guy in the box? Were we expecting it? Like, I expected something there, but not this many opportunities. Jesus. Middlesbrough up 1-0 over Blackburn. Derby, Cardiff 1-1. The Wolves leading Preston North End, QPR and Bolton 0-0. Do we call Bolton Wrexham B? Southampton and Stoke 1-1, Swansea, Sheffield United 0-0, and Charlton, surprisingly, the shock of the morning so far, up 1-0. All courtesy of W&G here providing the updates. And should have had that one. But we'll take it. He's in and around it all day. On the restart, bounces off of two heads, goes out, and the throw in for Watford, and that's the right call. Oh, headed away, but nicely collected over to the far post. Bad touch. Mama misses that one, but they're still able to maintain controls into the area. Hyam right foot stabs it out. Rathbone not able to win the ball initially, but then, or sorry, that's Imre, not initially, but then gets it back, and now he's stuck in the corner. Gets it out. Nice play to Rathbone. Draws it back, and Viner thumps it clear. Ball bouncing around. Moore trying to get it hold up. Can't do it, and it's going to be the Watford coming forward then. Bravo and Bove. What? Noisy just killed a man in the change room? What did Mark Griffiths just say there? Cardiff up 2-1 on Derby. Last time we saw this official was in a 3-2 loss to West Brom, the one that's the first match of the two in the season. Wow, Doyle dancing with that ball on his feet, beats three men, flipped up over top, and the pass just doesn't get it done. And Pollock knocks it down, and here comes Watford as the possession balance sways the other way. Imre and Rathbone working well defensively, pushed in the back, and we'll take that one. That one was an obvious one from Pollock. Playing advantage? Did he say that was on us? We've got two players down. Thomason clashed heads, and the way that the official put his hands up is, I think we got some blood. Both of these guys, it's Traore and Thomason, clearly took a knock. Forehead, side of the head. Thomason's bleeding. Here's the question for you. Yeah, if Thomason goes down, Kakache's injured, who comes in on as our left wing back? Are you throwing Ryan Longman on the offside? I guess is the easy answer. I don't know who's better on playing opposite side between Longman and Imre. You'd move O'Brien out potentially? Yeah, I'm trying to think like Catamatri and Keeler Dunn, I don't trust defensively enough getting back. Maybe Keeler Dunn over Catamatri for that, maybe, and that's just maybe experience more than anything else. You can't put Dobson or James out there. It has to be Longman coming in one of them. Sharky says changes recommended at the half. The only thing that I like, this game screams for something up front, I think, more than anything else. And Dobson and James aren't going to help out in that regard. And if you're going to bring somebody in, is it like who's taking Dobson's spot? You were talking about the team being thin at the start of this, Brendan, a little bit, and when you look at things, there's now, as we're kind of going through things and looking at it, you've got Rathbone, you've got Broadhead up there without Windass and without Ben Sheaf. Who's sliding into the midfield here if you were to? So and then you're pushing forward Lewis LOB. Yeah, because it's yeah. And every time we've seen Bailey Catamatri, he's been out on the left-hand side, right? He's a right-footed shot. Could you try him in that broadhead position, I guess? Both players, by the way. Well, Thomason's still down getting treated. He was bloodied. The Watford player looks like he's bloodied too. He's just getting up. You're just gonna rugby wrap his head. DeAndre says scar. Gabalok. How are you? Our Honduras friend. I was asking the question, simulation, the only one that I asked ChatGPT, this is not from me, to find out how many times we've been booked in the last 5 years for simulation. And the only one that they found was from August 7th of this year with Sam Smith. Just one player booked for simulation in the last, and that was sort of a weird one. But you know what? There's maybe some truth to that. So it looks like Thomason, he's getting taped up and is looking to come back in. Watford's had to use a window, their man off, and they brought in Eames. Eames looked really young. Albert Eames on as a defender. When you see a number and it says number 56, you have to wonder. 20 years of age. And he's a Watford Academy product. Not his... Is it his debut? We'll look that one up at the half, maybe. Oh, free kick. Dangerous spot. Whiteman got the boot on this one. I don't like these ones. This is that up and down territory. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to call that. That's dangerous. He throws his hands up like, oh, I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. You got your foot into his legs. 20 yards out, 21 yards out. And if you're the official, you're trying to take that one, draw that one back an extra yard, and they do. So it'll be 23 yards out. John says, I say this in all sincerity, ignoring last week's oops, I don't ever need to see Dabo on the pitch again. Yeah, I'd like his bite. I hate his judgment. That's when you put foil on the knuckles and you drag him into the alley. Free kick, dangerous opportunity here. Left footer, easily collected by Pato. Saw it beat the wall, took a deep breath, but we're okay as that was Zamora. Missed that one. The counter. Brody got it past his man. Brody couldn't get it past the defender. Was it Mama on the opposite wing who got to that one? And we'll take possession. See, those saves just look clean, look easy, right? Yeah. Charged down, couldn't get it. Now it's bounced around in the midfield and we'll collect it. Trash can lids. It's a good analogy. I mean, great for shot stopping, those lids. Not so good for catching a ball. Whiteman looking for options. Imre up. It's onside. Nice ball forward. 9 yards out. Imre looking for options. The chip. More foot down. Puts it down. Rathbone a little high for him and he can't get to it. Knocks it. Clears it. O'Brien lifts his foot. Goes to Doyle. Thomason. Head wrapped. Right in front of the area. Doyle there. Left foot fakes it. Doesn't like it. Spinning. Somebody get it out. Kicks it back out to the wing. Thomason moves it forward. Goal line. Knocked down. We get a corner out of that one. Get a corner out of that one. We'll take it. As the house stirs. I did not hear anything about hole W&G. What's the scuttlebutt? There was a lot there. In swinger, near post, low, cleared out easily. Tomo goes to collect it. A little bit heavy touch, but he rescues it. Whiteman with it now, draws it back in and cleared out. Oh, O'Brien. I don't know what you were doing on that one. Did he just mishit that one? Was he trying to push it forward? And the thing I like about it, Anthony, is there was lots of searches for options, and the read was there, right? As we've got a minute left in added time. Actually, 30 seconds. This one, kind of a weird game. Viner was trying to get the switch over to the left-hand side, couldn't do it, but it comes right back to Doyle, and he collects it. Thomason with it. Defers. Broadhead. He's got two on him, and Thomason sits back. He gets pushed out of bounds. He's not going to get anything. And there's a whistle. Halftime, 1-1. Wow. That was just an interesting first half. Brendan, what's your take? Oh, are you, Brendan? You're on mute.
Sorry, didn't realize that. Yeah, I'd like to talk about Imre more, but our passing is the worst I've seen in years. I think it's more of a communication thing. I don't think we're making bad passes. I think we're playing it to spots where guys aren't running into those. They're running the other way. This group just seems to not be on the same page today, and it's really hurting our ability to counter.
It's certainly been scrambling. I mean, the passing stats, I mean, they're at 76% accuracy. We're at 81%, which 81% is low, but not egregiously low. But I agree with you that it's been missed opportunity. I mean, John identified it there in the chat about what's up with our passes today. And I think that's the story of the first half more than anything else is. It's interesting when balls at the feet as far as opportunity in the area, touches in the box, putting the ball into dangerous spots. It's been there for both sides. The stat that jumps out that shocks me just looking at things is that they're only at 0.33 XG. I expected that to be closer. The possession, I thought it'd be a little bit more us than them on this, but it's 46%. But the sense of it to me was the XG would be higher than, I mean, 0.77 sounds close for us, maybe a little bit higher, but 0.33, I thought that they looked dangerous. 4 shots on target, 14 touches in the box each.
Those shots weren't threatening, though.
No, I guess that's true. Other than that one,
it was a
the clear
header.
Shot that went in. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a really soft header, a free kick that didn't have anything on it. I mean, you were like, well, that he's making it look easy back there. So
yeah, it's set play expected goals were at 0.01. Would like to see that. We just don't seem to have the set piece thing going as far as the stats end up showing. Attack in zone, who's had the balance of play. It's pretty much dead even, right? And oddly enough for us, I expected us to be on the right more, and we're pushing down the left. And with Imre in the mix, it's been a thing. I don't even know what the deal is with the. Am I going to have to look something up here? W&G is Sheffield United point deduction. I don't even know what that reference is. Do I have to do some research? I'll have to get the story. What am I missing? I'll have to tell us. Yeah, Elvis, that's the shocker for me. Also, a bit of a shocker. What's Millwall doing, scoring 3 goals against Norwich?
Well, Norwich was 2 different teams. They were absolute garbage in the first half, and then they were world beaters in the second. So if they're playing that game again, makes sense.
Well, it's wind-up stuff. Threatened court action from August 19th. The company that was bought Sheffield United was to be wound up, and so insufficiency, if it's connected to Sheffield United, I'd have to look at it. I'll have to look at it to end up checking. I haven't looked that side of it, but as high as what are we looking at? If it's point deductions for insolvency, you're looking at like 10 points ish. But I'd have to look and find out what the connection is with the company that bought it and find out.
Can we get into Emery?
What do we say about Emery? I mean, where do you find another one of them?
Well, so he's not playing it like everyone else was playing that position. He isn't staying solely wide where the defense knows, okay, he's going to be way out there and he's going to carry it deep and attempt to cross it, right? So we'll just play it that way. Let it get the ball way out there and then pinch him towards the sideline. That's basically how they've been playing Wrexham for over a year, and shutting us down. And Imre's running the channel as if he's not a left wing back, but a left wing, like
right wing back.
He's up on the right wing back. Thank you. Right on the right side, up as a forward, not as a winger. So he's running those channels, and John called it up before he got the goal. He is so far near the middle that cross was quite easy from Moore. He didn't have to loop it far post and look for the right wing back coming flying in on a sharp angle. He was just running the channel almost down the middle.
Yeah.
And if he's going to have that much movement from where he's going to play, it's going to be harder for the defense to mark him while they're looking the other way. Sometimes he's going to be way inside. Sometimes he's going to be super wide. It's going to give him more options. So yeah, it looks really good. Plus, he doesn't look like the guy you should be playing with Moore. I said it before, like Moore would get far more service if we were playing someone like Barney or Longman out there trying to do the crosses in, just focused on that. I'm okay with us not running that offense, but that's where Moore would be more productive, I think.
Yeah.
Right now, if you're going to have someone like Emery out there, you're better off with someone like Smith to pair him with in Windass.
I don't disagree. And we sort of anticipated this to be the case. I mean, that was the press release, and everything that we could have got is this is what we could expect from Imre. I mean, seeing it is certainly far more like you appreciate it far more than just hearing about it, because it has changed the dynamic of the attack, and you've now got threats not just from the creation of the position but also as an endpoint, right? And so Danny literally playing as a winger at this point. Yeah, I get that. And John,
it was quite frustrating to watch long ball down the right side drifting out of bounds, like it 9 out of 10 times. Like we're trying to work it up through the middle, and he's, he'll be occasionally wide, but he's way inside a lot of the time.
Yeah, for sure. If we were to talk subs, I don't see any at the half. I don't see it any, and I expect even after the 65th minute on this one. I just, as far as coming off the bench, yeah, you've got Moore for Smith, probably going to be an eventuality. Broadhead for somebody. And that could be Keeler Dunn. It could be Katamatri. It could be bringing on Matthew James and putting LOB up forward. And then to John's point, do you end up having to say, we've got to spell Imre and protect him a little bit, especially because he did have that little bit of a hobble. Obviously not nearly as bad as Matthew James had, the outlaw Matty James. But anything that screams at you that needs to be a sub, for me, that's not really what we're looking for. I mean, I'm peeved at Broadhead for the egregious dive flop trying to draw simulation, but he hasn't. I don't see anybody coming in and replacing him and changing the dynamic enough. Do you see potential subs?
I'd love Smith and Katamache in there earlier, not waiting,
Are we just
inside the 80th minute.
Are you and I both off of DKD? Like, do you just haven't seen enough from him to say he can stir the drink?
Yeah, I don't even know that we've had DKD in the right position. It feels like he's been all over the place when he's out there.
Yeah.
And not settled in. What I've seen, he doesn't deserve more time out there, but I don't know that he's been given the chance in the right position. So I guess I'll hold off on talking about him, but I would rather see the other two forwards out there.
DeAndre, interestingly enough, says, why not go back to our two up front, right? Where you have your hold up man in Palmer and in Moore, and then you have your blaster with Smith instead of and to be fair, I think that's a good shout. Have Smith fill the Mullen role and Moore fill the Palmer role and go away from this.
They worked well together. That's a great call out by DeAndre.
Yeah, I wouldn't object to that. I mean, you're going to then end up losing somebody as far as those mids being forward. So, but if you take off Broadhead for that role, I don't think that's a negative thing. And then you've got Dobson, Rathbone. You got Rathbone filling in behind. Man, talk about going at it late. If you were to have Morris Smith and Windass up there up front. And here's the other thing. Our player of the season last year is still out and not expected until next month. You gotta say something about that. And as far as expectations with the club and impact, I mean, that's a lot of goals that's off the pitch. And man, to think of what Windass can do with his ability to find open space around the 18-yard box and coming in late with Imre being around. And DeAndre, I'm surprised. Are you just listening to me, or are you not watching Ms. Sugarman doing her interview with Mia and the gang during the halftime show? I can't listen with it, but DKD's having a similar situation to Rathbone starting up with Wrexham. Maybe, but Rathbone seemed to come in and make the gaffer ask the question as to why he was being left out of the roster, right? Because I think he showed a lot more. Sometimes you get those players, and in that 10 to 12 minutes, they end up asserting themselves and saying, you've got to play me. And Keeler Dunn hasn't done that at all. He's never said, I need to get more minutes. Has Katamatri maybe he looked decent in the preseason. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening.
And powerful moving forward. They couldn't not. He's stronger. He's not getting knocked off the ball. He just seemed threatening, a lot more threatening than I remember him. So.
Yeah, and to be fair, I didn't think Keeler Dunn is a forward. I thought of him as sort of a Windass, Rathbone midfielder type anyways. But I guess
agree.
We haven't really seen him in that role, and maybe that's, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that he's played exactly where he should be. So.
Oh yeah, next week is Friday. So subscribe, get caught up. 74 people watching. Hit the like button, hit 3,000 today. That's kind of cool. Let's see if we're still there. Sometimes you get some people who end up drawing it down right after when you hit up 3,001. So we're going the right way as the lads are out on the pitch. It's been nice to be back at the Cae Ras. I mean, at the end of the day, this has become life. Wrexham is life. And it's just nice to have that opportunity. Is trying to I'm just going to go and do a walkabout in the house if I can right before we get started. So, Brendan, can I throw it back at you and you can have a look at the league or whatever you need to do, and I'll be like,
yeah, sure.
2 minutes? Cool.
Give me a moment, guys. I will bring up the table, or at least the see what's going on in the games. I'll read them out. All right. Middlesbrough up 1-0 over Blackburn. Cardiff up 2-1 over Derby. Wolves up 1-0 over Preston. Bolton and QPR are all knotted up at 0. 1-1 Southampton and Stoke. Swansea and Sheffield United are 0-0. Charlton up 1-0 over West Ham. Wrexham, obviously, and Watford are 1-1. 2-2 was the final for the Bristol City-Birmingham game, and if you want to watch an interesting last 10 minutes of a game, that's worth a watch for you. Both teams looked very good. At least in that last 10 minutes, I'd be concerned about not being in peak shape to play those teams, and I think we have Birmingham coming up, so not excited about that. Lincoln losing to Portsmouth 3-1. Millwall smoked Norwich and 3-0. And then West Brom and Burnley tomorrow. All right. Sean is back just in time. And he's putting on his headphones, unmuting. You back?
Both boys, I'm back. What's up?
No, it's about ready to start. So,
am I behind here? Because I still have everybody just making their way on the pitch and Parky walking off. The boys are up and at it, so take one off so I can keep an ear out for anything. As I expect them to be making more appearances. There's also a new Eli Lilly commercial that's just been released that'll be playing down in the U.S. And if you look closely, you'll see my lad on it twice. So we're waiting 2 more commercials in the hopper. We'll see them coming out in the TV show on Disney. We're underway, and I'll give you the time as we get an update. Can use that Disney subscription for another purpose coming up soon. End of the year, start of 2027, we'll find out. Blackburn, what are they doing drawing Middlesbrough? The joy of the championship is there's always games at the end where you end up scratching your head and going, how the hell did that happen? 45 minutes and 35 seconds coming up right now. 45. Oh, well done, Rathbone. Gets it back, 45-40. Now opportunity here into the area. Cut back loose. Rebound. Nobody there. Imrie again gets it low, forces the stop. Nobody up to pick up the loose change, but causing problems every single time, it seems. Broadhead deflects back heel and nobody there to collect it, so Watford does and comes the other way. Nabazada gets it. And what are we pointing at here, Mr. Official? You just lecturing somebody? Identifying where it goes. Cleansing breath. Imre. Oh. Broadhead and Moore both on opposite ends of the sticks, and it ended up just bouncing up right through the middle so that neither could get to it. They were there. Just Rathbone now on a run. Slows down, puts the brakes on, curls back. Nice little pack pass. Whiteman with it. Lewis O'Brien searching for options. Doyle's moved himself forward. Thomason and Broadhead is outlet. He goes to Broadhead, corner of the box. O'Brien moving forward, 20 yards out, draws it back. Whiteman. Viner. Yeah, not a good pass. Fuck. Just given away. picked up by Zamora and coming forward, and now Mama with it. Goes far side. Knocked down, well handled by Bravo into the area, and Thomason comes back and just smashes it out for a corner. Derby 2, Cardiff 2. Thank you, W&G. Man, that pass. Like, you knew right off of his foot. Too light. Too soft. Too gentle. Zamora, right-footed in. Oh, left-footed outswinger from the left-hand side. Why did I think he was right-footed? In front of the tech end, middle of the area, easily headed away. Broadhead trying to curl forward. I find that, like, I'll be critical, and maybe I'm just starting to go all downhill on Broadhead, but that wasn't gumption to go and get ball. That was performative.
I agree.
Like, yeah, I'm in here, but I'm not doing anything. Imre just dances through 3-4 people before the tackle from Kevin. He's single teamed, he's double teamed, he's the whole teamed. Whiteman, nice little stab to try and free that ball up, but couldn't get control of it. It's going to roll all the way.
You can see he's not single-minded. I need to get wide and cross. I need to get wide and cross. I need to get wide. He's not doing that. He's playing.
Yeah, he's like, what's available in front of me, and what do I have an opportunity to attack?
Yeah.
I'll attack that. Got to give GT props for the rub some dirt on it and put me back in. Absolutely. They made a sub, but who came out? Oh, it was Traore. That's who it was. Albert Eames over on the right-hand side. It's now with Zamora, who's looked good in his role filling in. Free kick or throw-in? I missed. Even at the half, Wrexham definitely need to make this. Yes, Alan. No disagreement from me. You look. I keep harping on it. You look at the schedule, and October is a hell of a scary month. It's the scariest month of the year for me, as far as quality of the competition. And so you need to get some points here. Otherwise, it's going to feel really, really bad if you're not able to get them in October and didn't have them in your back pocket. Zamora stopped by LOB and curls back. The swing, the switch. Mama swap, not a good ball over, but can we scramble? And we can. Moore gets the flick from Thomason, and now he's on the run, searching for options. He's all by himself, and he's too heavy on the touch, and the tackle's there by Eames, but well collected. Broadhead couldn't maintain it. Goes back.
Next to no chance Moore's going to carry that from that distance.
Oh, I get it. I was kind of hoping that his pace meant that we'd have more red jerseys getting up front with him. Alan, do you guys also watch local sports or just exclusively Wrexham? Do you mean local to Wrexham, or do you mean local sports in our own vicinity?
We do all the women's games.
We do all the women's games, but yes, also a sports fan. I watch the Blue Jays. I watch the Vancouver Canucks.
We did some World Cup stuff.
Yeah. Bring me Cads or Smith. It's interesting that the fans are starting to ask for more Cadamatri. Like, even for John to put Cads ahead of Smith. I know you didn't necessarily rank them ahead, but nice little ball in. Opportunity there by Dole, but the left footer gets blocked and knocked down on the edge of the box. Now it's a long ball forward with only two back. And he got to the wrong side and then flopped. That was, I think there was lots of contact in there, but he's battling through and then it flops at the least opportune time when he loses the ball. And I will watch a couple of Vikings games. The problem is I just always expect my heart to be broken with a missed field goal in the playoffs if and when they make it. So I've watched a lot more tennis. Oje Aliasem Mboko when she's healthy. Nice ball forward. Jesus, we're in trouble here. All the way through on an overlap. And well done on the scramble play. 2 defenders. Hyam and Whiteman out and just sliding in to knock that one down. His mama on the overlap and just into an exposed space, running all the way forward. Yeah, I gotta get Vladdy to find his bat. Maybe the concussion will wake him up a little bit as he played for the Dunedin Blue Jays single A ball on a rehab stint after getting clocked in the head. Zamora into the box, headed out. Broadhead being held on. Well done. Fight through that, Broadhead. Give you the credit when you deserve it, as you did there. More nice little layoff. Rathbone, great ball forward to Imre. We got Brody going far post. Imre looking for him, clips into the heels, and he'll go for a corner. We're dangerous. We're dangerous. Charlton? What are you doing? 2-0 over West Ham. Ogonko looking for a clean sheet. Not enough up on this ball over. Did he hit that? Because he did muff that straight into the ground. I don't
that was going to be tough to get it to Broadhead. I would have rather seen him cut it back and try to make something happen.
Far post! Punched away. I thought there was an opportunity there, but Ravaglia gets there. O'Brien forward. Imre into the box. Nothing. Just in behind. Was that Hyam who was all the way forward? And now we've got to put the man. You're watching Hyam bust his ass through the middle of trying to put his head down, and he's just got no giddy up. But I give him kudos for the effort. He realized, oh, I'm in trouble. And he put his head down to try and open it wide out. Looked like a Pinto at a drag race. John Olson says we're due for some set piece. How about set piece? Anything. John, I didn't want a goal there anyway. Give me a different goal. Not that one. Zamora knocks it over. Mama goes out. Or no, I got him all confused. Mama to Zamora. Up over top of his head. Now Moore on a run. Not going to win a foot race with Kevin. We know that one. But that back pass was atrocious. And we'll take a free corner. Now's the time. Football gods. You get these opportunities where somebody just makes an egregious mistake and you end up being like, you deserve to be punished for that one, so let's do a set piece thing here. Man, that was... We have a chance to do the funny thing. Thanks, Candy Strike. I appreciate that. Okay, let's do a thing. Whiteman taking this one? No, Lewis O'Brien, left foot in swinger. Searching for options. Sub in Cleworth. Just for the set piece. Left foot, far post. Up at Moore, puts it back in over top of the net. Off of his head, I thought that was going to be cut back into the mixer, but instead up over top, and Ravaglia is going to get us restarted. Come on. Oh, let's do a thing. 56th minute. Back underway. Jalgard clears it over. Mama, Zamora, and it's all the way back to Kevin. Not a sniff from Watford. Has there been this half? Knock on wood. Jalgard flops. Doesn't get a call. Broadhead with it. Searching for options. Doyle collects. And we will look to move forward. Like, we've been in and about. Haven't finished, but have they done anything so far in the first 11, 12 minutes of the second half? Hyam under pressure. Jalgard opts for Pato right through the middle of the field and in an area where Moore can compete with it. Can't win the header, and it goes the other way. Mama on the run. 18-yard box. 9 yards out. Viner defending. Lays it off for Zamora. Shoulder barge by Rathbone. Rolls out. Easy. Second window for Watford. No concussion subs anymore. So this is their second window. And just one player coming in. Interesting. 57th minute. What does it feel like to sub a player at the 57th minute? We'll never know. Pearo in for Mama. Does that, and Mr. Griffiths identifying that could be a relocation of Bravo over to the left-hand side. Imre thumps that over top, trying to get it, and it's not there. The red and white army. I get PTSD when I hear this chant because it always reminds me of Wickham, and I sitting there looking at everybody screaming for full volume for 18 minutes, 20 minutes, just the same thing, and wondering how the hell they do it. Because I was hoarse. Alan, appreciate the dono on that one. Always like ourselves a cup of coffee. Here they come into the box. Well stabbed down and controlled and cleared. The Nabazada, nothing out of that one. And now Moore all by himself. Pushed in and it takes a boot in the nose. Did the boot catch him in the face?
That's what he gets for two-hand shove in the back.
Nothing that can be done about that one. Gets pushed in the back, goes into the air, and the boot goes up and clips him in the mouth.
Literally shoved him with two hands. I mean,
no, I'm not saying he's faking.
the rolling around is ridiculous.
If I was a Watford fan, I'd be asking the question about the fall. I mean, that looked artistic. And I think Moore didn't intend to catch him in the lip by any stretch. He's not sitting there trying to throw the boot up. But the artistic form in the flop raised the potential of there being a harm. The amount of head injuries in this one has been wild. Not saying it was intentional by any stretch or that he planned it. It's just the circumstance of adding the push in the black to the artistic flop. And you end up with a bloody lip.
I've been injured many a time. Never did I roll around. Like, not even when I was 7. I mean, come on.
This is why, what you said though is a part of the North American sports identity. And for me, growing up, like, it's why we didn't play football. Boys didn't play football where I grew up. We, except for in the wintertime when it was like 20, 40 below. And the ball's a rock, because then you were a man if you were heading that thing. And it sucked, because I don't know if you've ever tried to head a football when it's 30 below. I mean, the thing is a rock. But then you're tough. But we played tackle football with no pads, and we took hockey sticks to the teeth and got cut up and went back in. And that's just what we saw from the pros, and so that's what we did. It's the part of the game that I would like to remove the most, because I really do enjoy the game. I just don't enjoy the artistry component of it.
I got injured, like, bleeding pretty well, probably needing stitches once a week for like 7 years when I was a kid. I mean, and not once did I even let my parents know, because I didn't want to have to go home and potentially have to go to the hospital. Right? So,
Trouble here. Nice little pass into jail guard. It's just what we did. I remember breaking my arm playing baseball, and I tried to run it out with my broken arm, because that's just, you do not go down. You don't.
You remember, Sean, we would get knocked out. They'd wake us up with smelling salts and then tell us to stay in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with the head injury stuff and the recognition that when somebody gets
no. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just telling you, like, the dramatics and the flailing that they do.
Timeout. It's the 63rd minute, and we just did a sub.
Someone must be on a broken leg or something.
Kiefer Moore out, Sam Smith in. What happened there? But we got legs on the pitch. A different dynamic now, too. A little bit of pace, but it's Watford with a good ball in. Oh. Imre with the defensive tackle to strip that one from Zamora. Last desperate line of defense, and the man with the Vapo rub. With the wake-up call that we needed. Wow. Because that would have been all alone 9 yards out. Would have been trouble. David played 25 minutes of rugby with a broken collarbone.
Yeah, that's...
Gelgard has to play it back in. Imre lays off, tries to get it up to Smith. Couldn't do it. Lewis O'Brien collects it back to Doyle. Whiteman, LOB, looking forward. Thomason collects back to LOB. Whiteman, he's looking up, doesn't like his options, curls it back to Hyam. 64th minute, it's time to start moving forward here and get a little itchy, get a little trigger happy, just get the job done. Bad pass. Doyle got the ball but couldn't collect it, and then the bad pass the other way, and Doyle grabs it, puts it forward. Nice ball, Sam Smith, edge of the area, curls it to Thomas and goes towards the middle of the box. Back to Rathbone. Imre's open on the other side, but they bring it back to Whiteman instead. Thomason now 20 yards out. Cross smashed off the face of Kevin, the defender, who gets way out from the middle of the box.
That was a great setup by Whiteman. Or was it Whiteman? Whoever it was on that far side. Oh, it was Doyle.
I didn't realize the Attics are away, too. They're playing in West Ham. Oh, Marty, I'm all for it. Like the area where the biggest upgrade could happen is a signature striker signing. Imre on Zamora bounces it off of him and then clears it out. That should be a goal kick. It is. John blasphemy. Somebody must have messed with Parky's watch. Like, I will take a backup defender. I will take an improvement in the midfield, and a statement signing up front. Give me two out of three of those. I mean, we need to get the backup defender. We let a free kick on O'Brien. I thought that was a little bit soft, but you can't let Lewis Brunt go and then not have an option in the back. Okay. Enough on that one that I'm okay with that call. I hope you're wrong, Kobayashi Maru. Kobayashi is what I was intended, but there's no I. Kobayashi Maru. Final window, 66th minute. Crazy. 3 subs coming in. And they'll see it out for the final 25 minutes and added. BIM. I mean, I talked about BIM Sci-Fi before this one, and I'm a Canadian, and I want to have a Canadian on the roster. But Peppel's still a project. I mean, yeah, the 19 goals for Plymouth, and yeah, I like how he plays. He's better, I think, than Katamatri, but he's not taking over for Smith or Moore. So you're going to bring him in, and he's going to get Katamatri's minutes. DKD then clearly out. I just don't see. That can't be the statement signing that I was hoping for. I see the upsell value on him. I see him eventually earning himself a place. But it screams sort of Mo Fall project type stuff with more quality. But as far as where he would fit in the compared to the starting 11. I don't know. Viner tried to get it up to Rathbone. Would have been a tough pass. Nice little intercept there. Bounced around, thought handball, but nothing called. And so it's Imre over on the other side, 25 yards out, curling back the other way. And then he turns on his man and beats him. Zamora into the area. And Imre couldn't run forward as he got blocked out, but I don't think he would have got to it anyway. And so the referee says, no, nothing there. Giveaway. Broadhead. Rathbone. Opportunity. Imre. Edge of the box. Drawn back to Rathbone. Have a crack. Far post! Oh, it's just throwing up over top. Thomason trying to get there. Difficult ball as it skipped on the half volley and over the top. We're in and about it. Like, to me, if there's a goal in this one, it's coming our way. Just following the balance of play. I thought, was that an opportunity at goal? What was going on there? Short post, and Thomason couldn't get there. Oh, we got another at least 4 minutes before we can get to that sub. Broadhead, Thomason, 18 yards and curls back. Doyle, 25 yards, looking into the box, doesn't like what he sees, so he defers to Thomason, goes on a run. Broadhead now, 25 yards out. Oh, he stabbed it the other way. I thought he was going to continue over. The slow switch over to Viner. He's got Imre, but Viner says, I like my flip over top of the goal, please. What was that? Was he? I guess he was looking for somebody to run onto the ball and have it stop at the 6-yard box. And knock, knock, answer the door. I was wrong. 69th minute with the second window, and it's Bailey Katamatri in for Rathbone. Rathbone? That should have been Broadhead.
Playoffs.
But I'll take. I like the idea here. I like the idea now of having that second striker up front. As that ball comes all the way through and it'll just roll to Patterson. Just the wrong personnel coming off. I mean, what's Broadhead's FOT mob? You know what? 7.2 isn't horrible. And Rathbone at 7.0. So the numbers tell me that's the right decision. I mean, you do have Broadhead on a yellow. Yeah, but I don't know who. Or sorry, John. I wonder if Parky knows that we can sub more than one at a time. Who do you want to put in though more than them? Like, to me, that's the extent of the subs. Anybody else now is just legs based on reading the pitch and who's tired. Flicked on. Katamatri chasing it down, can't get it. Imre steps over from front of his man, but can't get it. Katamatri got a foot to the ball, but loses it. Nice little tackle / pass there. Imre now with it. Katamatri, and instead it's going to bang off Kevin and we'll get a corner. Set piece, please, please, please give me something. Imre's hands on the hip. He's done. He's tired. So there's your sub. That just screams to me that, unfortunately for us, you're probably going to have to bring Longman in. Brody's on a 7.2. Yeah, maybe I've just been overly hard on the man. I don't know. Left foot in swinger, Lewis O'Brien. Punched out. You got to get further away from him. He's been good with it. Imre fakes the kick and pulls it back. Well done. Thomason now over to the right-hand side. It's Lewis O'Brien out there as Imre was in. He's just filling in from the corner. It's into the box. Knocked down and couldn't get to anybody. We are in it and swimming around in, oh my, 5 yellow jerseys on a swim. Now it's a 4-on-3. Outnumbered. Cut back. Wide open left-hand side. And blocked. Vata rolling around on the ground. Pavero rolling around on the ground. Who's that for us rolling around on the ground? Pavero with the tough challenge. Could get a yellow for that one. Kind of diving into the boots of his man. Took a thump for it too. And then Vata just took way too long with that ball. Gets it out there and then 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. Too much time for the defenders to be able to get it over there and stop it. But yes, hot mess as West Ham draws one in. It's 2-1. Was that Whiteman who went in there? Well, we're going to have, if the last game, nobody talks about this from the last game with Cardiff City. Remember when I said, how the hell did we get to 6 minutes? Like, you want to talk about the Dobson tackle, but it should have never have happened. Like 4 minutes to me was the max on that one. This one, we've had injury time all over the place with the guys on the deck. Like, this is like an 8-9 minute added time sort of game.
Could easily be more if they were really paying attention, but yes.
Well, if you were to take the Cardiff math and add an extra third of the time that's supposed to be added, it's a potential. That'd be 12 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't count it correctly, they look to try to land in the 4 to 6, 7 minute range, and they take little things and still give that much time at the end of the game. So that's why I was saying today's worthy of a 12 if you had the same guy that counts minutes in the Cardiff game.
Yeah. John Lane and John Olsen having a discussion about Cadamatri preseason form and all that sort of stuff. I agree, but Bailey's had more bite. Broadhead tries to flick it over outside of the boot to get it over and doesn't. Man, that is a big body. Mamadou Doumbia up front. Oh, wide open. Somebody's got to close on him. Hyam reads that perfectly, but it's still free, loose. Watford now, that counterattack still has some bite, apparently, with the fresh legs. Thomason gets to it, squeezes it out. Piero. Cross, far, nobody over there. And Imre a little bit out of gas, but Zamora comes up and nicks it from him. Imre not able to get to it. It's out, right foot, and that's horrible, but Pato knocks it down. Hey, Cipriano. I don't know what he was trying to do there. That was like the Viner pass where you kind of like, was that expecting the man to go forward? They're 3 Alps. Who could have imagined that? Whiteman picking up a yellow for the professional foul, but you'll take that all day long, right? Smith chests that one down, maintains control, brings it to Whiteman, slides it over to Imre. Imre cross, flat, knocked down. Thomason into the area. He's not going to take it now, are you? And then goes far post, and Imre, he's tired. He's tired. He's laid out 75 minutes, and I don't know how much more he's got in him. Is the giveaway there from Viner, and here comes Watford on the counter. Long ball over top, searching for the big sub, and Pato's going to go over there and shield off his man. We've never seen that, have we? Pato blocking off his man so it rolls for a goal kick. I'm all for doing it at the death. Just give me a goal. RKO, how are you? That new job. Congrats for it to you. Pato just lays it off to Lewis O'Brien on the left-hand side. Finds Thomason. We're looking for options as the press is high now from Watford. Long ball over the top. Chested down, but filling in his Broadhead. Gets it. Hug, hold. Free kick for us. Too much snuggling, sir. Was that Albert? That can't be Albert Eames, is it? 56? That was Pollock. That's why. It was a 6, not a 56. So I was like, suddenly he aged 7 years. Imre with it. Zamora there. Flicks it onto Cadamatri. He bangs it off of Kevin. Now he's into a battle. Kevin takes the ball along the goal line. Looks to clear it. It'll be a throw-in for us. Viner grabs it. Exhausted, but here. That you just defined Danny Imre. Had himself another hell of a game. Imre, no long ball this time. We're just going to defer it back to Viner. I'm good with all of those. Let's make it a 4-1 game. Is Bailey trying to get that before it goes out of play and can't get there, and it's stopped by Regalia. Kevin, Regalia. Up over the top. Well done by Hyam to get to the ball, but also well read by who's the sub there again? The big guy, Doumbia, recognizing that the ball was going to be won by Haim, so he just laid off and started moving forward into the open space to collect it. Clinical, efficient, effective. Give me something. 2 games of the same curse. I mean, I haven't been to the stats here in a while, but let's just have a look. The momentum meter probably mostly red in this one, but XG 1.20. So we've added 0.5 to it. We've blown our big chance. 9 total shots and 2 on target. Longman on. Is that Broadhead coming off? No. Okay, Broadhead's off for James. 13 minutes with our windows used. What? Viner knocks it down. Headed up. I don't know, frantic, discombobulated. We're in the mix. It's just usually we're that counter-attacking team who wins out on efficiency, and now we're not getting that clinical. No, it wasn't James for Broadhead. It was, it was, oh no, it was James for Broadhead, and it was Longman for Imre. Viner with it, playing the advantage, and that will end now. Is a nice little dance there by Matty James, and we'll get a corner out of that one. Set piece. Our set piece XG, by the way, 0.18. And that's despite having 6. This will be corner 7, I think. Lewis O'Brien, left-footed in-swinger, please. Oh! Whiteman with a gorgeous opportunity right from the spot, basically, where the ball lands, takes his crack and deflects up on a play out of the defender. That wasn't even a reaction stop. That was just in the right place at the right time. Wrong for us. That screams goal if it gets past anybody, but instead it just smacks the back of number 22 near post. So we'll go again with another corner. Corner after corner after corner till we find the back of the net. That was Piero that it drilled off of. Again! High this time. And the whistle blew right as he was about to kick it. So we'll recycle as we're going to have a headmaster talking to. Oh, you got to take over, Brendan.
Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm way behind. I apologize because Sean's way ahead of me. I just watched the cross in by James and got knocked out all the way to the other side, so we got to throw in. I'm sure they're going to take it quick. I'm guessing Longman to LOB. Yeah. Again, I'm sure you guys are way ahead. Apologies. My feed in the U.S. is a little behind. I'm watching on Paramount. Haim has to knock it out as not a great play. And Watford steps up and then head intercepted. Watford now swinging it around. Hey, Alan, back again. The women's game tomorrow, Deandra is saying, is not streamed, so we will not be doing it, unfortunately. If you have not seen any of the women's games, you are missing out on both considerably better quality football than we've seen from the women before. They've made a lot of improvements on the team, and they're playing some great ball. And you have the incredibly intoxicating Deandra as your game caller. We have a lot of fun. have a good crew of people that show up and I'll active chat. So when we do have another game for the women that is being streamed, please check us out. You will not be disappointed. Wolves somehow put up 3 on Preston now. W&G giving us the scores. Sorry, LOB here with a set piece. One of his better services, but could not find the head of any Wrexham player. Big high bounce. Thomason struggled to manage that well. LOB got all the way back, cleaned it up. Eddie James looking for something going forward. Go out wide, Longman, Viner. Viner tries to cross. Good cross. LOB just smokes it. Oh, that was too perfect. There was nothing about that was tricky. Tremendous service. I mean, just blown.
I was hoping. Well, actually, I was hoping they would score when I was away, but then I was like, wait, if that's the good luck charm is me being away from watching, then that kind of ruins the watch along, doesn't it?
Think about how amazing Viner's pass is that he's able to find the smallest guy in the pitch's head.
Yeah. 6 minutes plus
service.
added. Throw in for us, giveaway there. I can see if it's the luck. Where do I got it? Let's do a thing. Let's do a thing. Five minutes and added. Hey, Dal. Oh. Another corner for us. Cabin just gets it. Come on now. Longman with a great cross there. Serving it up for Smith. Just can't get to it, and Cabin has it. Left-footed in swinger, right-hand side. Going to be Lewis O'Brien searching for something. It's got to be like, what, corner 12? Far post. Easily collected by Brabaglia. Ugh. It was swirly, has been historically great luck. It hasn't worked in about 2 years, but it seemed to be every time I put it on, something would happen. I think we saved a number of games with the good luck charm.
I can't tell, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of energy at the field.
Oh, yeah, I'll agree with that. For a home opener, too, a bit quiet. Red and white army. Tie him back to Pato. 4 minutes. He thumps it down the middle of the pitch. Smith gets to it. Katamatri. Can he get on the outside? He can, but he loses the ball as it's Zamora who came over and cleaned up the garbage and got it the other way. Like, just there's enough to feel good about a lot of what's happening, but then so much frustration with just not being able to close. And that back pass was dangerous, but Matty James cleans it up, and it's Viner across the halfway line. Pass wasn't the best
did his job there. He beat a guy, but he can't beat several every time, you know.
Why not? Southampton 2-1 up on Stoke. That should be our throw-in. What? I thought he kept it in. B, I thought if it did go out, it's off of them, not off of us. Uh-oh, West Ham back 2-2. Smith. Longman gets past Zamora with a sort of scissor kick collection, and then Zamora recovers. And you know what? Zamora, there were questions about how he was going to be as the left wing back with Bola out, and he's answered the bell. Viner, Kadamatri, well done, collects it back to James. Longman with it, goes back to, it's Matty James, not Viner, and he's going to draw it all the way back to Hyman and just switch over to the other side to Doyle. Yeah, John, that pass was 5 degrees off angle, right? Too far on the inside. I was going to make comment that he was supposed to be the progressive passer, but didn't collect. Smith, well done. Cleaned up that one. Sam Smith, Lewis O'Brien, left-hand side. Thomason, 9 yards out, looking. Cross Smith, he's there, but well defended. Stupid defenders doing their job, knocking the ball down in the box. Get stuffed. And then that one, too much mustard, and it goes all the way through for a goal kick. Oh. The cleansing breath.
That defender got Charlie horsed by Smith. Smith got knocked into the other defender.
Opportunity. We go again. A minute left plus added time. Longman stumbles a little bit to collect that one, but grabs it and draws it back. Matty James, the outlaw, searching for Smith. Carries too heavy. Loose ball. Kadamatri couldn't get there. Ravaglia did well to go and get strip the ball away from Smith, but then, I don't know, sort of coughed up, chested away, and goes right to the middle, and Kadamatri not able to pounce on the loose ball. Thumped down the middle of the pitch. Nothing in it, and it's going to go right to Pato, who's going to grab and collect 30 seconds plus added. Viner searching for Smith. Another one, 5 degrees off to the right this time. Kevin just goes over and grabs it. Smith tries to steal it from him. No luck there. And Kevin down the middle of the pitch. Hyam pressing, trying to get to it. Ball squirts loose. Longman flicks it, trying to get to Thomason on the offside. Well done, collects it and gets it to Lewis O'Brien. Thomason pops out now, 35 yards out, pushing. Five. Somebody replay. I'm going to go back and watch the whole freaking game of Cardiff and take a stopwatch to the amount of time that they were down, and then take a stopwatch to the amount of time down on this one. Send a complaint out to the league. What the flying fuck?
Should be double that.
Like, how do you get to 5? We got another, like... just asinine. Like, can we talk about it? So, free kick, Watford. I thought it was going to be all about Beyonce, but instead it's been about I'm going down, because everybody's been laying on the ground.
Doyle did the stomping.
27 yards out. Right-hand side, Piero, sky ball, nothing in it. Let's go the other way. Interesting, the color commentator. I don't know if you've got Mark Griffiths on your headset and team or not, but saying that there was space on the near post and the wall wasn't set up properly on that one. Matty James almost gets that to the head from it was collected by Lewis O'Brien and goes all the way back. Hyam. I don't understand why I love football. Masochists. All of us. Smith collects it. Well done by him. 2.5 minutes of added time remaining. Whiteman collects. Back out to Longman. He's going to draw it back to Viner. Viner didn't like his options. Now he's pinned in a corner. Turns and tries to get it in. Grabs a jersey. And then a bad pass, and they're going to play the advantage and give the foul. Oh, W&G. Apparently West Ham's goal was disallowed. We'll take that. Max Kluwer. We have an extra window? Am I high? Do I not know the rules? Thomason out, Kluwerth on. Who's running the wing now? Viner? No, Viner's back there. Kluwerth there. Did we head into a back four?
Yeah, I think
Cross,
DeAndre
far
might have had
post.
it. Did they get a free opportunity to take Thomason out whenever they want?
They got rid of the concussion protocol, was my understanding. I'll have to look. Maybe the rules have changed for 2026-27, and they've gone back to allowing for the concussion sub. But then Watford has had a free sub that they've just not, a free window they haven't used then. Because when they made their, oh, maybe they didn't make a change then. Eames came in Eames came in because of the injury. It wasn't at half. In any event. Yellow card for kicking the ball away. 30 seconds left in this one. It looks like it's destined to be. We'll get an extra 45 seconds to a minute. We've had a player down for a little bit. We had that continued. Parkey playing the role of ball boy. Quick throw in. Katamatri's got to go and chase it down. And that one's out. Crowd's trying to encourage Wrexham to do something here in the moment. The loudest it's probably been. Long throw coming. This would be a hell of a long throw. Yellow easily collected high and puts it down. Knockdown. Matty James. Free kick. Exact same spot as the Cardiff City one. Got into Matty James' thighs, so this will be the ball game right here. And you'd expect it's going to have to be a smash through the wall or find a gap again. Chested down, and then, yeah, just got his booted into him. It did Piero right into the leg. Free kick. He can't throw that far. He can. So who's taking this one? Doyle. Well, we know he's got a cannon. I'd have to go and look it up as to who we thought would get auto. Doyle, Whiteman, both standing there. You know this is Doyle all day. It's coming off the left foot. End of the game, looking for magic. Man, there is a lot of yellow in front of that. Whiteman over, Doyle into the wall, and that's going to be it. 1-1. It's a draw. Kiss your sister. Blech. Entertainment value? Sure. Frustration? Yeah. Brendan, tell me your thoughts.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Like we said, we needed points early in the season. We had way too many draws last year. We gave up way too many stupid late points, and we didn't take advantage of the teams we should have.
Yeah.
That's how we've started off this year. 2 points could easily be 6. And yeah, we got a lot of tough teams coming up, so not looking great. Sometimes Wrexham seems to play down to its competition and then play up and surprise other teams.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the case, but they could be looking better or playing better.
What are you, pretenders and not contenders this season? It's yeah, and WG to a point, and we are slow out of the gate, so maybe we find some comfort and solace in that. Man of the match, I've got Doyle. I thought had a good one. Imre is an obvious insert for the votes. I thought Lewis O'Brien, although offensively and he lost that chance, I thought he was in the mix all day, and he did well for what he did as a box to box guy. And Thomason, despite the injury, I thought showed brilliance over on the opposite side. Is that what we've got for man of the match nominees? Anybody else got any? Lockie saying I'm not encouraged. I'm trying to be positive, and I think the only thing I can look at is, well, and there's the other comment. We're undefeated. I'll just put that up as the poll. Let everybody vote on that one and get it out there. I should try and do that one a little bit earlier. I think the answer is obvious on this one, but I'll let you guys do your thing. Yeah. More disappointment than anything else. Disappointed in Broadhead. Disappointed in the volume of Wrexham now. Was that the games? I don't know, but that was. I'm trying to think of a game that was as quiet as that one.
Well, your favorite stat, they filled up pretty good. 29 touches in the box.
29 touches in the box. Let's just blast through that really quick. And stay tuned for the morning after gaffer. And I'll have a look at this one and see where we're at. Check the scoreboard here in a little bit here as WG's been helping us out. And yeah, there's something to be said for that, John. On the bright side, no losses with Sheaf and Windass out. Oh, Deandra saying Broadhead, seriously, I don't think is good enough. And there's maybe something to be said for that. Going through the stats, 59%, 41% on the... I'm going to take this one off. Chris Malabayan doing the after the 90 minutes. 59%, 41% us. XG 1.58 to 0.49. They just had one moment of brilliance with sort of out of nowhere came a gorgeous cross that they put into the back of the net. Shots on target 6-2 for them. How do we get 2 shots out of 10 or out of 12? And what was it last time? It was 8 shots on target, and we had 14 or 18 shots total. Now it was 12-2. We got problems in that area. 29 touches in the box to 19. Big chances, two missed. Lewis O'Brien had the one of them, and the other one, what was the other big chance?
Just think about that. You have the ball inside the opponent's box, and you can only put 2 on target.
Yeah. 10 corners. Our XG from set play, it was as low as it was like 0.1 for almost the entire game, but we did get it up to 0.43. But just not enough bite around the net. It's the final third. Clinical, efficient, what other adjectives do you want to put in there? But whatever you want to put in, just not there. Passes, seriously, 395 passes, and not a lot of them. I mean, I'd be interested to see the stats. Not a lot of back passing or center back kickabout. That was all moving the ball forward. It was never a problem of getting into their final third. The problem was finishing and doing something while we were there. Not on. 51% accuracy on our long balls. All of the metrics say this should have been better, but it's not. And so this is where we sit. Millwall. Is this live and updated? Usually it gives me the scores. Millwall 6 points. Charlton 6 points. The only 2 teams that have opened up the account sitting there, and for Wrexham, we are all the way down in 13th position on 2 points. Yeah, that's frustrating. Not without spitting distance of moving up in a hurry, but just not where you want to be. Tied with Sheffield United, Birmingham, and Cardiff City in the middle of the table after 2 games. The reminder of what's coming. So a Friday game next week at home against Birmingham, and then we're going to go take on Millwall on the road, where we shocked them last year. I think they'll be ready for that one. Trying to vindicate what happened last year before we get Swansea on the road, and then it gets tough. Burnley at home, West Ham on the road, Southampton at home, Derby County on the road, all through September. And sorry, I said October was the month that scared me. I meant next month, which is September, not October. And then it gets a little bit better, right? West Brom, Preston, Blackburn, Sheffield United, through the remainder of the month of October. So we're still in this one. And poor Charlie Cook, don't worry, I'm a Norwich fan, and we're sitting at 23rd. I'm surprised, but it's interesting watching the pundits. Pundits always seem to take teams that have really good second halves and then anticipate they're going to have amazing first halves of the season. And I don't know if Norwich did enough to sort of shake up its system and maintain its where it's at during the season. I'm curious to see what you thought, but West Ham sitting at 18th is also diabolical. One draw in their first 2 games. They deserve better, I thought, against Burnley, but it is what it is. This is where we sit. Anything that we need to add here, Brendan?
See you Friday. No women's game tomorrow. It's not streaming.
Yeah, it's not streaming. September 6th, the first one. So the preseason game's not showing. So it is what it is. We need to find a lucky charm. The boys need to find some magic. We need to work on our set pieces, and we need to find a way, whether that's in personnel, to find somebody who can finish. But up the sheep shag in town when we get into it, and we'll feel for it. Oh, interesting. Unfit, lackluster stuff, and can't keep the ball. I'll have to watch that. And I got to watch the Bristol City Birmingham last 10 minutes, you say. So I'll see if I can find that one. And if I get a chance, I want to go and run a stopwatch on the second half of the Cardiff match and see how much time there was and compare that to this one, because that boggles my mind.
Definitely.
Boggles my mind. And so I'll see if I can run a stopwatch on that one. All right. Much love and happiness to all of you. Enjoy the rest of the week. We will see you on Friday, and take care. Bye-bye.